Hello and welcome to Oxventure. Today we are playing a brilliant one-shot game called Adventure Skeletons. It is a game about brave skeletons in a dungeon who decide that they're sick of everyone outside the dungeon having cool adventures and they're going to have one of their own. Gosh darn it, I'm so excited to meet our brave skeletons. Let's start here. Please introduce yourselves and your skeleton.
Hello, I'm Mike from Outside Xbox, and my skeleton is called Lionel Spinal. And
Mike, take that Starbucks cup off the table right now. And the Starbucks napkin.
That's not a napkin, that's my dice bag.
Oh, right.
Monster.
Oh my God, get around.
I'm sorry, it's a real nice dice bag.
Get your dirty little napkin off there.
Yes, Lionel is a former travelling axe salesman who sadly died when he sold an axe to someone who then hit him on the head with the axe and took his money. So, yeah.
At least you know the axe was good.
Yeah, it's true, yeah. Great edge on it. But yeah, so he is a former orc, which means he has +1 in hitting and shouting. And his equipment is a great axe, a two-handed weapon. And his second piece of equipment is an identical great axe, two-handed weapon.
Two-handed weapons.
Correct.
I love it.
Useful.
Now allow me to introduce you to my best customer.
Hey, I'm Jasper Cartwright from Black Halflings and other such things. And I am going to be playing Dr. S. Kelly. Dr. S. Kelly has always been a skeleton, sort of formed out of an amalgamation of random bones that were lying around that just happened to be animated. How? No one truly knows, neither does Dr. S. Kelly. He's like 40,000 years old, so he's long since forgotten. And that means, because I was always a skeleton, I have a +1 to skeleton knowledge and skeleton culture.
Doesn't beg the question how you became a doctor.
Oh!
Skeleton medical school.
Well, yes, of course. That's come on, Sims, obviously.
Very hard work, I assume.
Extremely hard work. Getting through those bones is tough. And yes, I've recently made quite the purchase. Treated myself. I bought myself 2 great axes because I also have 2 items, both of which are
You
great
also
axes.
rolled
twice.
two-handed great axes.
Yes, the exact same number twice. Yep, there you go.
Wild.
Absolutely.
Hi, I'm Liv Kennedy. I am from 3 Black Halflings, but also from Dicebreaker. And I am playing Bony Emily today, who was once... Don't laugh at her very serious name. She was once a goblin named Emily in real life, but she thought to herself, you know how I get into those crypts full of all the goods way easier if I was a skeleton. So she just like, she made it happen. That's sadder than What? So much sadder than I wanted it to be. Look, wait.
Well, I have so many questions. Can we just hold up for I need to figure out
No,
what...
please, Jasper.
Yeah.
It's vital that we know how.
Because she was just like, she was more reckless with all of her adventuring that she was doing, because she was like, hey, look, whatever happens, happens, and I'll be a skeleton, and I've spoken with a mage. Oh God, it's getting further and further. Yeah, so that's Bony Emily, and I don't think we need to discuss her any further.
Did it involve a vat of acid?
No, because that would melt the bones with that.
Well, I don't know, that's the question.
That's a science. You're the doctor, you tell me.
I will tell you once I have done the research.
Excellent, so. Johnny, please.
Hello, I'm Johnny Chiodini from youtube.com/Johnny Chiodini, the most imaginatively named channel on all of YouTube. I will be playing Cursed Skeleton number 18. Cursed Skeleton number 18 has a magic scimitar, which is very cool, and also a pair of daggers. And if anyone were to ask Cursed Skeleton 18 about where they originally came from, they would find him to be very cagey, rib cagey to be precise. But I kind of feel like it's not in the spirit of the game, unless I admit that when I rolled my ancestry, I rolled elf. So Cursed Skeleton 18 used to be an elf, and that's just something I'm going to have to deal with for the duration of this game.
Yep. And beyond, because we'll all remember it.
Yeah, the internet is kind of
Forever.
Look, your past doesn't make you who you are now.
But this
That's
is
true.
but this is your legacy now, elves. So
The Elven Legacy.
yeah, you are the elven legacy.
Well, we join you all having this chat for the 2 millionth time. Welcome to the Crypt of Devil's Rest. It is a small dungeon that the 4 of you have been inhabiting for a great many centuries now. And to be honest, it's been a slow few hundred years. In this dungeon, you guard a tattered old pair of gloves. You're not sure exactly what they do. You imagine that they once conferred a modest stat bonus to whoever could claim them. But it's been some time and they're getting a little threadbare. Also in this dungeon, there's a few lootable chests, some bits of copper in there. It's low-level reward stuff, though, unfortunately, and it's been some time since any adventurers wanted to swing by and battle you to try and claim this loot, unfortunately, so you're all a little bit bored. The most bored of all of you was Benny, the fifth skeleton guarding this magical dungeon. And it's now been 2 weeks since Benny stood up and said, "Right, that's it! Benny's leaving!"
Nobody did anything.
Nobody did anything. To be honest, this is a classic Benny. Benny's full of big ideas and little follow through. But
Benny did that 2,000 years ago, actually. I remember well, and yes, it was quite the adventure he went on.
That's right. Well, also Benny says. But this time, Benny does actually seem to have disappeared. And, well, to be honest, it's been a few weeks, and you're all a little worried about Benny. And the idea starts to enter your head that perhaps, it's time for you to maybe go and find which way your lost skeleton comrade has gone.
A conundrum, indeed.
I've completed Netflix. What next?
Well,
I'm bored.
they come out with titles every 4 seconds, so there's another one.
Right?
Off
Let's
we go.
spend the next 2 hours doing that.
You watch all of the Queen's Gambit, but it's skeletons. And it's finished now. Yeah, man.
Folks, I've completed Netflix again.
Okay. Amazon Prime?
You watch all of the Americans, but it's skeletons. US viewers, that's where we watch the Americans. This is confusing. Okay, right. If you want to leave your dungeon and go in search of Benny, then I think it's probably time for you adventurous skeletons to have yourselves a high adventure. So, shall I begin by explaining some of the basic rules of this brilliant one-shot RPG?
Yes, please.
Adventure skeletons. Okay, so your brave skeletons on an adventure. We've already rolled to see what kind of equipment you have, what you were in life, and you've also all got one treasure, which you don't need to disclose unless you want to, but it's a secret treasure that each skeleton can hold. And
I told everyone about my secret treasure.
That's fine. That's
You know what? It's a
you
good
had to.
distraction.
Yeah, it was a deflection technique.
So,
yeah.
what were you in life?
Look! Ah, this magic sword.
Oh, it's so distracting. I love it.
These elves always boasting.
Does it glow with a faint light when orcs are near?
Oh, it sings softly all the time.
Please, can you shut that thing up?
Believe me. No.
Okay. Being sweet, slow skeletons, you are quite lumbering. If you get into a fight, if something attacks you, it hits. You hit. You also, but also being skeletons, you have advantages. Bits of you can be knocked off, and you can just pick them up and put them back on. Each part of your body has 2 hit points. If something is completely destroyed, you can replace it with something you find that is appropriately shaped. There are also some light combat mechanics, but I think we'll probably get into that should we need to, but I don't think that's likely. You're just going out to find Benny. He's probably just tripped over outside and his legs fell off, and you'll need to help Benny back into the crypt
Just
or
scattered.
something,
Yeah.
or something like that. So, the first obstacle in your way is actually leaving this dungeon. Obviously, from the outside, it is supposed to open to one with the spirit of a true hero. But you've never actually thought about trying to get out of it from the inside. You were all brought to life here by a wizard many, many centuries ago and have guarded this tomb faithfully until your patience ran out just now. So the first obstacle is, well, getting out of your tomb.
Look, it's very simple. Classic tomb. Way in is very long.
Winding path, many enemy, many danger, including us. But then, once you get into main hall, get back out again, very long and boring. So we just take the secret door that opens out next to the entrance.
Yeah, you pull the chain.
Yeah, and then we go outside and fast travel point.
Okay. Curse skeleton number 18. Please make me a roll to discover the method by which you might quickly escape this.
How many sides on the die would you like me to roll?
Well, good question. So, as an elf, you have +1 to speaking and moving, right?
Who told you that?
It's a D10. A D10.
D10.
Yes. So when you roll, it's always a D10. You -1 for every body part you're missing, and if you roll a 10, that's a crit, and you can roll again. You can roll a 10 even if you have body parts missing. So
Got it.
Deciding on the bet on the. Oh, that's quite nice. Yeah,
Okay, I
that.
move across the floor, trying my best. Basically, I feel like Curse Skeleton number 18 skips wherever he goes and has to fight very hard to very quietly go round. That is a 10.
Whoa!
So
Crit,
does explode, right?
That's explode. Yeah, it does explode. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a 4, so 14 in total.
14 in total.
I
well,
do several backflips
I don't
while
mind-
going forward.
Such an elf move.
What did you say?
You heard me.
Don't mention it. Don't mention the elf thing. Don't do it.
Oh, right, fine. I won't mention the elf in the room.
Elf. You all. Moving on. You all were very smart in to listen to Curse Skeleton number 18, because indeed, as you follow them to the back of this cave, you were all looking up the very long and winding route up to the entrance where there was a big stone. But you're exactly right, Curse Skeleton number 18. Feeling around on the wall, you easily discover a little lever, which you press X to interact with, like that. And a door pops open, and for the first time in, well, since you were alive, you all see bright daylight.
See, look, entry puzzle. Oh, this stone has snake on it. Oh, this stone causes deadly trap. Oh, I'm a human.
Classic humans.
Adventuring.
I don't know how he makes that noise.
Well, with no lips, it's hard to make that noise, but also you have no eyes. So this blinding, bright morning light, and it is the dawn confronting you here. It doesn't hurt your eyes.
In theory.
I have a suggestion. We have guarded this little crypt here for so long. Everything in here is practically ours, right?
Yeah.
It wouldn't really matter if we just, found out what those gloves did or something. Might help us on our journeys.
The gloves that we have never touched before.
Yes, I think someone should touch them.
You think someone should? Oh, I'm not doing it. Well, maybe I should. Oh, if you insist, I'll touch them. I'll do it.
That was very
I'll go ahead and I touch the gloves.
easy.
Okay. You're touching the gloves.
I'm touching them gloves.
All right, cool. I'm going to just make a... Where's my D10?
What are you doing?
I'm going to make
You could put them on and then take them off again. You know, degloving.
Luckily, not something you all have to worry about. That's fortunate. All right, what do the cursed... Cursed? Sorry, did I say cursed?
What?
Oh,
What did you say?
What benefits do
given
the
that
gloves
we're
confer?
skeletons, we probably want them to be cursed, no? Like a good thing might hurt us, whereas a bad thing might empower us.
I mean, how much more cursed can you get when you're like a little moving skeleton, you know? Are we cursed? Is this a curse?
Your name is Cursed Skeleton, so
Curse skeleton number 18.
what happened to the first 17?
Good question.
Okay. Now, these are... I mentioned that this was a low-level...
Yes, and.
Sorry. Just trying to do with my dice. I mentioned that this was a fairly low-level dungeon, right? So, Emily, you are just pulling on these gloves. You open the chest, because they are locked in a chest, of course, that you've all been guarding. These very sort of kind of tattered and worn gloves are at the bottom, and you pop them on. This being quite a low-level dungeon, these things confer a bonus that any adventurer just starting out would be desperate to get their hands on, and that is an increase in movement speed. I rolled a d10 to see what kind of increase we're talking, And
You're
that's
wearing the
7.
gloves on your feet.
Slap, slap.
I don't know how it works. They are the gloves of skeletal swiftness, and they confer a 70% movement speed bonus. You can now move. Yeah, you rapidly zip away, thrilled with the power, and then realise that no one else can move this fast, so it's going to be a bit tedious.
From far away, she's just like, does anyone else move quite slowly? Because I feel like I'm pretty fast anyway. Does anybody? So I'll come back. Vroom. Hiya! Anyone quite slow? Anyone?
Jangled my bones. Don't do that again.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Terribly sorry.
The speed with which you move causes the grass around you and the trees to actually bend like that and just sway. And you notice around you, you're kind of on a grassy hill, a sort of overgrown slope. It is studded with gravestones and tombs because you are in fact within a crypt. And from a shed near the bottom of this graveyard, a door flies open. And out comes an elderly gentleman who takes one look at you all and goes, "Oh,
Hello.
Hello there, fine sir.
Hi. Hello, pre-skeleton.
What be ye? What fell beasts be ye?"
Skeleton.
I'm Boney Emily.
There's only to swear, okay? we skeletons don't like the word fell at all, so if you could refrain, that would be marvelous.
Right, of course, your lord, skeleton lordships.
Yes, that is correct. We are indeed skeleton lords.
I like the sound of that.
Yes.
What be your business moving around up in the daylight, out of your tomb?
Need go find Benny. Benny left 2 weeks ago, not come back. And if Benny not coming back, curse skeleton number 18 want Benny pet pile of dust. Call it first.
Damn it.
He comedically grabs his tankard of cider and double takes at it and tips it all out. And then with the other hand, just subtly, just picks up his big grave digging spade and holds it in front of him.
What you doing with that?
I had nothing. It's just I have been entrusted to guard this graveyard and keep it sacrosanct, and I suspect that might mean asking you skeletons very nicely if you might prefer to quietly go back in your tomb, please. That I don't get in trouble.
We will return just as soon as we find our friend. It's all just a case of a runaway skeleton. We're actually doing you a favor, because you see, if you were to attack us or send us back, then, well, our friend, they might be out there rampaging your, what do they call it? Their,
World?
living space? The small one?
Human dungeon.
Human dungeon. They might be ransacking your human dungeons.
Let's make a roll to see how that goes over with the gravekeeper. So that's a D10. You don't have a +2 speaking, do you? No, of course that's the elf.
Yeah, that's the elf.
Extremely elegant.
Oh, well, marvelous. You see, my friend, I actually got a 2, so I think my words have fallen upon deaf skull holes.
Quite possible. What the gravekeeper actually does is nods and goes, right, I see you will want to be on your way then. I've no meaning to interfere, so why don't you just head on out this gate and you can go to the town.
Okay. One question though. What's with all these slackers?
Easy, Bones.
We could have had time off. Someone else to take shift.
Well,
I suppose we are union. No scabs. Never mind. Curse skeleton number 18 lost interest in on question. We file past now in orderly fashion.
You begin to file past in an orderly. Yeah, go
Just as
on.
I pass, I want to wheel round just as I pass and be like, oh yes, one more thing, just to see if he's gonna swing at me.
You want the swing?
Just one more thing.
Yeah, you do spin round and say exactly that. Just as the gravekeeper is, he's going to swing his shovel at all of you.
Do you have any clothes?
It was a good question. Right, you've all been hit. You are all automatically hitting this because, again, you are quite slow skeletons. So now, if everyone wouldn't mind rolling me to see where on the body they actually got hit. So,
Is that 10? Oh, it's a 1. Is that bad?
Are we rolling a
One
D10?
is your right leg.
Okay, that's my leg.
yes, so
Yes.
tell me.
Oh, these
give
should
me-
all have target numbers.
Oh,
So-
yeah, it's all right. Just tell me the number and
Oh,
I'll
okay.
let you know.
4.
4. That was, unfortunately, that shovel went straight through your right arm, which pings off.
Oh! My arm!
Lionel Spinal.
8.
8. That is your left arm, which presumably pings off holding a two-handed.
So good
Great
that we
axe.
only have two-handed weapons.
You're assuming I'm left-handed, but yeah, whatever.
Also a 4, so right arm again.
Yep.
And I got a 1.
Okay.
So-
That is your right leg.
Okay,
good.
good.
Emily, you
I
kind
need
of
that.
like that.
Oh,
and
no.
just fall to the floor. The rest of you are all minus one arm.
Oh, it's off. It's fully off. Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah. If it gets hit, it comes off.
Oh.
You can pick it up and put it back on again. But
Once.
yeah, it's off. And yeah, tick a box against all those things because they have taken one of their 2 possible damages. Yeah, so the Gravekeeper just, I think probably he was a little bit overwhelmed with fear and just took a little step back. So actually, as he swung this shovel, it's just kind of hitting all of your arms and attacking them as it goes. And then on the downward swoop
And
at the
then
end,
my leg.
yeah, Emily just kind of
I'm
just.
gonna roll around in a very turtle-like fashion, like, I was about to say that it's nice to meet a fellow team member because we work on the same team. We're both guarding the crypt, aren't we, really? So, I mean,
Silence!
and,
You horrible monster!
Well, no, you know what? I take it back. It's not nice to meet you. And can you hand me my leg? Can you just?
The Gravekeeper
Yes, my arm.
grabs your leg, Emily, and starts pulling you back up the
Thank you.
hill towards the crypt. I shall inter you!
No. Now let's put Emily down. Yes,
I'm going to throw a
yes,
dagger at him.
that.
Okay, great. Go on then. So I've got to choose a toughness rating for this
Can I put the dagger
Gravekeeper.
in my right hand and then throw my right arm
Ooh.
with my left arm?
Yeah, of course.
Great, okay.
Yeah.
Boomerangs back.
Yeah, okay, so roll me a d10. Do you have anything that you can add to this roll? Don't forget your -1 because you're -1 limb. I don't mind telling you, just so that we get our heads around the rules, that the toughness rating of this Gravekeeper is a 4.
Okay.
So that's what you're looking to beat.
You know what? If I use my magic scimitar instead of the dagger, because everyone knows about the magic scimitar anyway, it's not exactly a big reveal.
Use
then-
your elven things. No, I was referring to the scimitar, not to you.
Elven things.
Your elven
Oh.
scimitar.
I'll do that. So it's +1 to hit. And a 2 + 1 is 3.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that is not a hit, I assume.
Well, it's not. It doesn't take the Gravekeeper out of combat.
Okay.
What it does is stick in his shoulder blades.
Okay.
Oh! Ow!
You have nerve endings.
What's them?
Huh?
What?
What's the nerve?
All the bits in your flesh what hurt.
Oh, them.
Yeah, them.
I don't like it.
No, no.
As a skeleton, I don't have many of those left, and you're getting on my last one. Help me out! Help me out, someone!
Right, I think the dagger in the back is sort of like nonplussed for a moment. In fact, he's trying to get it out, so he's sort of twisting.
You can take the elf out.
You can take the skeleton out of the elf, but not the elf
You
out of the
can,
skeleton.
you
So, when you roll an attack, if you beat your target's toughness, then they're taken out of action. But if you roll under it, it's still helpful because their toughness is reduced. So, yeah, because now he's like that. So if anyone else would like
I'm
to,
gonna take 2 bony fingers and poke them in his eyes.
yeah, go on then. Oh, it's a 3.
And can I crouch down behind him, sort of like he pokes, and then I have sort of tabletop.
Oh yeah, never
you
mind,
know?
okay.
That's brilliant. Yes, you can. +1 to that for being a good idea.
I got rolled a 10.
Okay,
Ooh.
you can roll that again then, because that's a crit.
Okay,
Exploding.
and that's a 9.
Okay, so that's
19.
19 damage, a 19 to the thing where you go like that.
It's very scary.
Exactly.
How damaging.
I'm going to say that you this can go how you want. You can go like boing, like that, so he's confused, falls over Dr. S, and is knocked unconscious. Or if you want, you can just power your skeleton arm right through his skull. It's entirely up to you.
I mean,
Or anything
when you
in
give me
between.
the second option, you know I'm going to go for the second option. My proficiencies are in hitting and shouting. So,
Yeah, okay.
I assume the eyeballs come back out on the fingers.
Like that, yeah.
I'm going to pop them in.
No!
They have holes in them.
Yeah, the
I'm like,
I have your father's eyes.
Oh my god.
okay.
I've only just realised what you're doing. I thought you were cold.
Nope. That's
commitment to the bit.
Good way
I
for me
was
to
like,
track
oh
it.
god, is that how we can turn the air?
you can't see, but I've like.
These high-level role players. We're going to have to step up.
Oh, I've finally been revealed as the fraud I am. Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, I know loads about roleplay.
You can't see, but I've like fully retracted my leg back. You just can't see.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Dr. S, you're kind of waiting there, waiting for the second half of this prank to play out
Yeah.
as the sort of punched hole head corpse of the Gravekeeper just wetly slops over the back
I have a
of
feeling
you.
it might hurt because I rolled a 1. So
Oh, right.
plus 1 though, so it's 2.
That's we'll say
Still a 1.
We'll say you're okay. Because you've only got one arm, you're kind of smushed under the corpse of the Gravekeeper now. But the Gravekeeper is.
In my head,
Well
this
done.
went differently.
Will anyone be reattaching limbs?
I would love to. Can I also say wetly slops, Luke? You said that he wetly slops, and I've never heard
Yes.
something worse in my life.
Honestly, I tried, Liv. I racked my brains, but unfortunately, that's just what the
It's just
theatre of the
what
mind was telling me. It had to be a slop, and it did have
The
to be
theatre
wet.
of the mind whispered gently in your ear.
It wetly slopped into my ear.
Yeah.
This is a wet slopping,
I
unfortunately.
would like to reattach a right arm. Can I borrow the Gravekeeper's? Great. So I'd like to get my scimitar back and then just.
Can I attach the Gravekeeper's left arm to my right arm slot?
Yeah, you can.
Look at us. We're municipal workers.
Are you keeping the flesh on, or are you kind of
for now,
pulling
but-
the? Yeah, okay.
Oh, look, carrying the community. Wah, wah, wah.
I'm going to reattach. I've got the eyeballs.
You've
so
got
I'm
the
going to
eye-
reattach my regular, my
You
normal left
do
arm.
have the eyeballs.
Can I use
memorably.
my skeletal arm as a potential weapon?
Yeah.
Sweet. So I'll use my fleshy human left arm to carry my skeletal right arm.
Yeah, that's
And then
fine.
wield your two-handed axe in
And
that.
then you've
In
got
the-
two
yeah.
two-handed axes.
Yeah, and then I've got
in-
two two-handed axes.
Well, you could hold.
I
the
technically,
arm,
yes,
and at the end
then
of the
that's
arm-
two-handed, right?
Yeah, you can now
Incredible, very
wield
good.
a two-handed great axe.
Can I offer you leg from recently dead human?
Oh, at this point, I'll take any leg. Yeah, please. That would be great.
This
Chop,
is
chop.
genius. By the end of this adventure, we could be entirely flesh again.
We're going undercover.
Yes, okay. Now, new
My
mission.
eyeballs are just swiveling. really unsettling.
New mission.
Also, they're slightly deflated because they have each been kind of punched in slightly.
all the aqueous stuff.
Yeah,
kind of-
yeah, just dribbling out. Yeah.
Okay, let's
Skeleton of Theseus.
let's see if we can disguise ourselves as humans. And so let's all go into the human dungeon and gather some parts. Yes, this will be good. This will be great fun.
Sure, I do love to thieve things, so yeah. No, I
Perfect. Thieve some legs. I could do with some new legs.
So we're just plundering the graveyard, just grave
Oh
robbing.
no! I want to find actual flesh. I want the flesh, so we can disguise ourselves as the humans.
Oh right. Okay.
So we need to go and find some humans and take their limbs.
And then we're going to have a prom.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So
Are we all gonna stand on like a stairway and just like have our hands on our shoulders?
Yeah. Hands on hands on hands on hands on hands on
Two left
shoulder.
hands.
and then the ones you're holding. Yeah.
It's very long.
Okay. So what's the consensus in the group here? Is it time to sort of strike out of the graveyard? You can see. In the distance, you're on top of a hill. I mentioned this barrow that you're kind of on. You can see the town, the local village of Devil's Rest.
Is there a way that I could use maybe my skeletal knowledge. I want to see if I can find cursed skeleton number 18's gravestone.
Oh,
See if we can definitively prove that they are an elf.
yeah. Roll me
Just
for
like
that.
for the one that's like covered in gold filigree.
exactly.
Roll
Not be subtle.
Roll me for that, and just beat a 4, and you can add your 1, of
6
course.
plus one of his
6 plus.
skeletal.
Yeah. It doesn't take you very long. Being an expert in skeleton lore and all things of the grave, it doesn't take you long to search through the headstones, and you do find cursed skeleton number 18's.
Is that what it says on the headstone?
No, it says the elvish name.
What's the elvish name?
Githandel Briffin Bab.
Githendel Griffinbap.
Yep, that's right.
AKA.
I come
There's a
back.
carved fried egg on top. What are you doing?
I come back. Griffin Bab! Griffin Bab! Just so you know, everyone, his name is Griffin Bab.
Whose name? Does Skeleton 18 not know what you're talking about?
Well, okay, but.
I diagnose you with shut up, Doctor.
A very astute diagnosis. And I will see if I can prescribe myself some medicine. Oh, it says talk more! Ah! Marvellous.
I don't know what he's talking about. I've completely missed it. I am chiseling off like the filigree, like any little bits of gold. Nothing to see here. I'll chisel off the name as well. Like I'll do my friend a solid. I'll just chisel it off.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. You've got a kind of skeleton handful of gold scrapings, which you can pocket. I'm not sure where.
I've got maybe a little bag.
There's like a little the eye socket.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, gild yourself.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Little bit of gold stored in there.
I pose.
So where's Gibbo or Dave? What was his name? Biff or Biff?
Chips.
Benny. That's right.
Benny.
Sorry,
Bony.
I not have much
That's
grey
me.
matter. For now.
You look around. There's although this is a graveyard. There's no sign of another skeleton, and of course the gravekeeper, who I suppose might have had some intel, has had their head punched out. However, what you can see is the same thing that Benny would have seen, because Benny surely would have come out at this same point, which is this kind of broad, sweeping kind of valley beneath you, and a prominent town. With smoke rising from chimneys. It's very, very distant, but you can even hear the sound of sort of ringing bells. Perhaps it's a market day. So I mean, if Benny was looking for an adventure.
What time of day did Benny leave?
It was 2 weeks ago. Benny left in the dead of night.
The dead of night. Okay, because I was going to say, if Benny went through the town, I feel like somebody would have seen him, personally. But
Yeah.
in the dead of night. We could always just go and talk to the townspeople. I'm sure they'll be very receptive to that.
Yeah.
Yes, I do wonder, though, whether that gentleman's reaction there might be a sort of precursor to how others might respond to our visage. We don't even have... we should have got clothes. That's what we should have done. The humans like wearing the clothes. It makes them feel more comfortable.
It's true. It's true.
Perhaps
Well,
we could disguise ourselves with clothes.
so on the to describe this valley in a little bit more detail, you've got this crossroad, the crossroads town of Devil's Rest, kind of in the distance. All of the land between where you are and there it looks like it's arable land. It looks like it's being farmed. It's kind of ploughed into neat furrows and stuff. So there are like farms, like farming buildings and other things like that. So if you want to encounter some humans but don't want to head straight to town, that could be a good option.
Yes, pick off the farms, one by one, yes.
All right.
Steal the wardrobe.
Yes.
We're heading to a farm?
Okay.
All right, cool. The farm's not very far away, but obviously you move at skeleton pace, except, of course, for you, Emily.
But every so often you hear, ow, ow, bloody leg. All right, back.
Do you know when you put a playing card in your bicycle spokes?
Yeah.
That noise. That's the noise it makes. That's the noise it makes when you
Adorable.
off into the distance.
Incredible.
You walk down the hill, kind of pick your way through. Gradually, the terrain stops being this kind of thick, overgrown grass and weeds and trees and stuff, and starts to become a bit more cultivated. You're walking through a kind of a high field of grain. You can just about kind of see over it, and you're heading to some buildings that are just a little way away, kind of farm buildings. When Lionel, you actually trip and fall over something on the ground, and you hear from the ground. Oh, where was?
Are my eyeballs still intact? Do I need to roll for that?
You're right. Your eyeballs
sure
are fine.
you're not hurt.
Yeah, you have tripped over.
They're just both facing directly backwards into the sky.
You've tripped over the until now sleeping form of a young boy.
Okay.
He's got a wide straw brim hat, and he was basically just having a snooze, kind of up against the base post of a scarecrow.
I'd like to use my +1 in shouting to shout.
Okay, go on then.
7 + 1.
Yes, if this boy wasn't aware. Oh no! Oh my! Skeletons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very astute.
Hiya!
4 skeletons.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yes.
5 if you count you.
You also have a skeleton, yes.
Everyone got one.
You're right.
Yeah. What you are now, we were once, and what we are, you will be. Exit through gift shop.
This momentarily has confused the young boy, but then he looks around in confusion, but then, almost in more fear, looks up at the sky and sees the sun and goes, "What time is it?"
The dead of afternoon.
Oh no! I fell asleep.
Yeah.
I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Go to sleep.
I was supposed to do all of my farming duties and I fell asleep.
Okay.
Mother and father will be back from market any time now. If they see I haven't done all of my...
Will I turn you into a skeleton?
Probably not that bad.
Join us.
What do you mean that bad?
The punishment can
Rather
be
rude.
quite severe.
What is punishment?
I have to sleep outside.
Oh, you were doing that already?
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
That sounds like a bad way to punish child. More like reinforced behaviour.
Well, I suppose actually the reason I do comfortably sleep outside is because they often make me
Sleep outside. Yeah, got it. Okay.
When they smoke and you give them the whole carton, it doesn't make sense. No.
Skeletons see several different ways out of this scenario. Skeletons do hard work for a child. Sound
Not
boring.
into it.
Skeletons teach lesson to parents when come back about being nicer to son.
More fun.
Yes.
Skeletons.
Would that one involve you claiming their souls and turning them into forbidden creatures of darkness such as yourself?
We are nowhere near that powerful, don't worry.
Yeah, no.
We just kill them and strip them of their limbs so that we can appear as humans.
Or we just give them stern talking to. Skeletons, in theory, not mean much harm.
All right.
Okay, fine.
Plenty of gravitas, though.
Yeah.
Well, maybe is there anything you skeletons want? Can I help you?
Oh,
Any-
clothing.
Clothing?
Yes.
I have, mother and father have plenty of clothing.
Okay.
Show you up to their wardrobe?
Yeah, Curse Skeleton 18, one A-line skirt, please.
All right. Okay, what does everyone else want?
Dungarees.
Dungarees.
I would
We
like
have dungarees. Father has
some
dungarees.
very smart shoes. Brogues, perhaps.
Oh, father's church best.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes, church best. Marvelous.
Oh, he will be right furious if he comes back and finds his church best gone.
Yeah, but he will have forgotten that you fell asleep outside and not do work. So really,
Indeed.
you off the hook.
Is it not
Yes.
possible he won't be doubly angry just about all of them all stacked up?
Well, we could do some of the light farm work,
We'll do
save
farm
you the
work. You
problem.
give
if
clothes,
you get
we
the
do
clothes.
farm work.
Yes.
Oh, right. Brilliant. Well, here's what he's doing.
Wait, hold on a second.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I was hoping to come inside, maybe have some sort of montage so that I could pick out what clothes I wanted after trying out a few. So, if you three want to stay out and do the work, and I can go and help our young friend here.
You're the fastest.
Exactly. So my montage will be really quick. So don't worry about it.
As my dear father always says, the montaging can wait till the work is done.
Look, that's what his father says. I mean, you can't argue with it.
My father is a peculiar man.
I've got bad vibes from this father. I'll tell you
He's
that.
not right. He's not right.
Okay, well, you give us half now. So give us one shoe and one dungaree strap. We do work, then give
And
us
half the dress.
half
the skirt,
Yeah.
sorry, yes.
Deal. Yeah, absolute. Yes.
Okay.
Right. The boy kind of takes off and runs into the building. You can sort of faintly hear some kind of like up the stairs, and then comes back breathless with one very fancy shoe.
Ooh, thank you. Wow.
It's really nice.
Look at this. I've never worn a shoe before. Literally, never.
Of course.
Yes. Well, actually, my foot may have worn a shoe before, but that was before the foot belonged to me, so...
There's also the top half of some dungarees. These ones kind of button up kind of at the middle. And yeah, so there's some more kind of odd bits and bobs. There's like a jumper and a scarf and a cloak, if anyone wants to.
I do half of a montage. Like I get to like I'm like dun, 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 and then it cuts off really quickly.
Key change?
You're about to fall backwards onto a sofa at the end like that, but the sofa is just not there.
Oh, my leg again!
So what does work have to do?
Right. He takes a little piece of paper out of his pocket. Right. Here's what he's doing. All right. Well, obviously Bertie needs milking.
Bertie.
Betty? No, that's our friend.
Bertie, our cow.
Okay,
Milking.
got it.
The eggs need collecting. And
Bertie's eggs.
Collect egg from Bertie.
Bertie
Milk
egg.
Bertie's eggs.
oh no, I can see I'm gonna have to start right at the beginning. No. Bertie the cow needs milking.
Okay.
We've got chickens, and their eggs need.
Okay, but what is the
Collecting.
milking process?
Well, it's how we get delicious milk out of Bertie. And
So get milk out of Bertie.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, you,
Right,
yeah,
I'll
you
take
have
that
done
one.
it before.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Brilliant.
And then
I
you
walk
say
off
you
with the
have-
great axe.
I knew it.
And the dogs need feeding.
Okay.
Feed the dogs.
What
What is a dog?
Oh.
Skeletons and dogs don't mix particularly well.
It's been a while.
And I
Oh
forgot.
no, Emily's been buried!
I forgot the most important job of all.
Wow.
Some of this grain needs bringing in.
Wow.
Harvesting.
I'm sorry, but what exactly your father and mother doing right now?
They're at market.
Doing what?
Well, selling our other cow.
And that's a two-person job, is it?
Well, I think they wanted to have a drink and chat with their friends.
Oh, okay. Because all I'm saying is, this is a lot of work to put on a child.
I'm so tired,
Yeah.
mister.
How old is this child?
Well, are you good at, it's been hundreds, are you good at estimating the ages of human children?
Can't be more than 80.
Human child is roughly yay
Okay.
big.
Listen, you go back to sleep for a bit. We do tasks. I clatter him upside the head.
Oh, all right. Okay, well, the bird's over there.
He's still awake.
The chickens are over there. Don't worry, I'll go to sleep. The dogs are in their kennels over yon, and the bringing in the grain should be pretty easy. There's a scythe in the shed.
Strong look. Skeleton with a scythe. I think you'll catch on.
Is there still a cloak?
There, you've got a cloak.
I'm going to put the cloak. I would like to grab the side.
Yeah, look at that. Guess who it me?
So, harvesting.
Harvesting.
That is technically blasphemy. Our Lord and Saviour, the Grim Reaper, would be very upset if he saw you in such an outfit.
Lord and Savior if you're humans, maybe.
So, what job is everyone going?
I'll take the dogs.
All right. That
so
leaves
excited.
milking and
Yeah, you
chickens.
get dog egg.
Yeah,
I do the milking.
the deck. Yeah.
I'll go get the eggs.
Cow milk extraction. Okay, well, let's cover these off in this order. Cursed skeleton number 18. I don't know how to break this to you, but when you get to the shed, you find a row of tools that are on the wall.
Okay.
And there is a kind
Is
of
Bertie one of them? They're not Bertie ready.
Benny. And there is a scythe-shaped gap. It's gone. There is no scythe here. So you're going to have to improvise something, I'm afraid, if you want to do a good job with this harvesting.
Okay.
we can come back to that.
Yes, please.
Emily,
Is it like
you
a,
were on
a dog-shaped, like thing on a wall where a dog should be, and, like, and they're not there?
The dogs have gone. No, unfortunately, no. Round the back of the farmhouse, you can hear barking as you approach. Clearly, the dogs know this is feeding time. There's a high wooden fence surrounding these kennels, and there are three kennels, 3 dogs, and they're all kind of they're large. They're sort of working dogs. They're kind of probably for sheep herding and other farming bits and bobs. One of them probably pulls a plow, and they one of them has a little saddle on for the boy to ride around.
Oh.
And
I'm gonna steal that dog.
and next to there is a well, that's the situation.
Emily is going to be like, hello, what are you? All right, yeah, good. It's nice to meet you.
Is that Morse code?
She's gonna climb her way over, not remembering how to use a gate, and get in with the dogs in the kennel thing.
Okay. All right. The dogs, upon seeing you land, immediately perk up. They all look at you.
Hello. Hiya. What do you eat? What do you eat? Show me what you eat. Show me what you eat.
The dogs all start. They kind of move around you.
All right, where are we looking?
Flanking positions. There's like 2 of them are sort of sniffing each of your. Well, you've got 1 human leg, haven't you?
I do.
That one doesn't smell so good.
No.
But the other one, 2 dogs are kind of sniffing at it.
Hello.
One's just kind of, you're holding your hand out like that to grip. Yeah, and like that. Well, I mean, I think we know where this is going. That dog's just going to go and bite your hand
All right.
off. And now it's got that hand in its mouth.
Which hand? The left?
We should roll.
Yeah,
for
why
it.
not? Yeah. So.
Well,
Jumps from the head. He
it's
jumps from the
definitely-
hand straight to the
it's-
head.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the hands. I think we've
Okay.
written that into canon now, haven't we?
Shit.
So yeah, 5 or just roll a d10. Yeah.
All right. It's a 9.
Okay,
That
that's
would
the
be good
right
for something
hand.
else, probably.
Yeah,
Right.
your right hand is,
Right.
and the dog is just going to trot away with that quite happily and
Okay.
just lie down on the floor.
Okay. That's dog number 1. Fed.
How sustainable is this? The other 2 dogs are looking very jealously at
Oh, I'm sorry. she's like.
one of the dogs is going to snap off the other hand. Yeah, Joe's joined the other dog. That's the well, that was the human. I'm going to say the whole arm probably comes off because it being human. Yeah, so that whole arm.
Oh no, my leg is human. The arm is.
Oh, of course, sorry, leg
Good
is
old
human.
good old bone.
Of course, yes,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry, you're quite right. Yeah, so both of your skeleton hands have been.
All right.
You've kind of got, it's from the elbow down. That's what they've got. Yeah, and now those 2 dogs are just kind of lying next to each other. The 3rd dog is going.
I know, mate. All right. What have I got left for you? Would you take a no? Okay, maybe the other leg. She holds out the other leg. That's
Yeah, that will appease the dog. Yeah, the dog. This dog is so glad it held out because the biggest bones.
very good boy. Patience will be rewarded. Good boy.
Patience is rewarded. This dog snaps your leg off at the knee. Do another roll for left or right.
You had spare ribs.
4.
It's too late now. Okay, that's left. Yeah, that's the left leg. Snapped off. That dog kind of is like lording it over the other dogs, kind of like trotting around with this big leg, kind of like with the little clackety foot, kind of hanging
You're
out.
my favourite.
You can still. It's the gloves that make you run fast. The gloves are now in the dog's mouth.
The dogs
The dogs. So that's the situation. So the speed boost is gone. You have no hands.
You're hopping now.
You have no hands.
You're hopping
and-
on one fleshy human leg.
Yeah. But I mean,
I'll
task accomplished.
it's done. It's done. Now I'm just gonna go and look for some replacement limbs. I'll be on my way.
All right, we'll come back and we'll see what you've managed to scavenge. That was technically problem solving. Dr. S.
Yes.
It's milking time.
Okay, I have 2 left hands and
Show off.
and a right hand and
Yeah.
a cow.
Yeah.
So I walk up to the. Okay, my bovine friend, I need your milk. Can I have it, please? So you understood me. That's the okay. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a start.
Yeah. This. Yes.
Okay. Look.
Why?
Listen.
We may never find out.
I
My
hope
name's Ellen Rose. That cow's been using Muolingo.
Oh no. Okay, listen. There's a few ways this could go down. I don't know how to get your milk. Either show me, or I shall just have to take it. Because the little boy needs the milk.
The cow quite urgently wiggles its udders.
I look. Are you serious?
The cow gives you a look and
The
say,
wobbly, fleshy things.
I can't believe this is how it works.
This is. Oh, goodness. Does anyone want to switch tasks?
Maybe.
Okay, right. Well, sure thing. And I'll take my great axe and go to like cut off an udder, assuming that's like.
All right.
I'll see. I'll do like this.
Oh, right. Okay. So
To
you're
the cow,
not, you're not
yes.
cutting it. You're just holding.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is. Yes.
Betty shakes her.
Oh, you've named the cow. I can't hurt it now. Okay, great.
Shakes her big gentle head.
Okay, so what do I do with it?
Okay.
I mean, there
How
is
does a cow mime
Yeah.
squeezing?
It's a very specific process because if you just pull, it's not going to do anything.
This is what Bertie is wrestling with. Bertie trots up to the side of her pen, where there are some kind of leather straps and stuff hanging from the wall. Kind of, they also hold horses in here sometimes. The horses have been taken to
They've got
town.
here.
Yeah. And Bertie just sort of, with her very strong prehensile tongue, just kind of takes hold of one of the leather straps and just kind of.
I have been alive for 40,000 years, and I can honestly say that was the least comfortable I've ever been. Right. Okay.
Yeah, Bertie's not feeling too comfortable either.
I don't want to see this, so I have a plan, and I'm going to pop my head off if that's possible.
Of course.
Pop my head off, and I'm going to use my head as sort of like a bucket, and I will, without being able to see properly, try to squeeze into my own skull some milk.
Yeah, great. Just do me the roll for that.
Delicious.
Just do me. do that roll.
Do me the standard roll for that. Yeah, what made me roll for that? The head as milk thing's brilliant, so +1 for that. Let's see you beat a 5.
Okay.
What is it?
Jasper.
I rolled a 1.
Okay. As soon as the head comes off, Bertie.
Everything is upside down. I should have seen that this was going to be a problem. Where am I going?
Bertie doesn't like it when heads come off. Bertie just starts bucking around and is actually going to sort of kick out and kick you in the torso, I think. Probably is reasonable. In fact, no, let's roll. Let's roll for it. Let's roll to see where you're kicked. So yeah, roll me that D10 and we'll...
Oh, that's an 8.
That's an 8. That is your left arm, which is...
Still, well, which left? I have 2 left arms.
You have 2 left
One
arms.
fleshy, one not. One's on the right-hand side of my body, though. So
Which is what's attached to your left shoulder?
my bony arm.
Bony, yeah. So
yes.
that one just gets pinged off, and Bertie just sort of scampers over in a panicked way to the corner of the thing. It's like,
Okay.
Not keen. Let's go to Lionel Spinal, whose job was to
Get eggs.
get eggs. All right. This is easy enough. You're stood in
Easy
front of
peasy.
the hen house. The chickens are sort of pecking at your feet.
Yep.
Like a budgie would peck at a cuttlefish.
Well,
And
I understand the concept of where eggs come from, but I assume that the way you increase the yield is by frightening them out of the chicken. So I'm going to use my, again, +1 in shouting to scream at the chickens in the hope that just eggs will start popping out
yeah, cool.
left, right, and centre.
All right, make me a roll for that. Beat a. Let's call it. Well, you're trying to scream eggs out of a
Eggs
chicken.
out of a chicken, yeah.
Let's make that a 6.
Pretty generous, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an 8 + 1, 9. Jaws going all over the place. Like,
Jaws
swiveling
rattling.
everywhere.
Yeah, all of these hens. And the rooster as well. They all drop an egg. Like that. Yeah, so all you have to do is just
Scoop up all the eggs and
scoop them all.
skip
scoop
off.
them up. Yeah.
Oh, a success.
Okay.
Oh,
Well done. You had to bring those back to the boy who's asleep in the field. Curse skeleton number 18.
Is there like a sickle in the barn? Like a smaller blade? I need like a blade of some description.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to take that. And is there like some rope in the barn?
Of course, there's rope
Okay,
in the barn.
I would like to return to the sleeping boy, place the sickle in his hands, and then sort of tie them so he's holding on.
Yeah.
And then I don't care if he wakes up or not, really.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be like, I'm not sure how comfortable you are with centrifugal force, but please try not have fetal aneurysm. And I'm going to start swinging him around and just become a whirlwind of boy scythe.
Okay, let's I'm going to say that the first part of that is fine. It just happened because we've established this boy is a very heavy sleeper.
Yeah, fine is stretching the definition, I think.
So make me a roll, I think, for the fate of the boy.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
May I have +1 to move? Because this seems like quite
Very
an
moody
intricate
thing.
sort of like,
This is
you know,
a delicate dance.
twirling and spinning.
It's
with
twirling and
play.
spinning. If in life you could stand on a snowbank and not sink into the snow,
I feel
then
like I
think
fought this.
Or be in 3 feature films and not do any acting.
then I think you're good to add one. Yeah.
I feel like I fought this Dark Souls
I knew,
boss.
I knew it. I knew it.
Well, that's a 1.
That's a 1. Okay. You know what? It works really well for some time.
The first 6 hours.
You get this kind of up to speed, and yeah, you just start moving through the field like that. You are a anything Beyblade. You are a whirling dervish, kind of spinning.
Let it rip.
Yeah. You let it rip, and you move through the entire field, and then just when you're nearly done, the rope just snaps, and the boy just team rockets, just ding,
Twinkle.
yeah, and then ding, twinkle as he comes back into the Earth's atmosphere, and yeah, just he's gonna smash through the roof of the house, I think, which is thatch, like that. It's a little. Smoke like that.
Oh, you're taking off early? Okay, that's fine. I can finish up here. I gather in. Don't worry.
You've gathered in a huge amount of grain. That's brilliant. Okay. Right. At this
Taking off
point,
early or blasting off again. Either one.
nice. At this point, the boy comes dazed, stumbling out of the.
Oh, he's alive. That's good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I
a
was
nice
fully
surprise.
convinced he was
Yeah.
Kids are made of rubber. It's fine.
Durable.
Durable. Comes- Their bones are so young.
I
Just
have bones like that again.
I mean, you could have had them if he died.
Oh, there's an idea.
the boy walks up to you, Curse Skeleton number 18, and sees the considerable pile of grain that you've harvested, and goes,
Don't be sick on that grain.
"Was next to the grain, but
Okay.
good, great job."
Yeah, you too, partner.
And, Dr. S, was it? I don't believe we actually got introduced.
Hello.
Did you manage to get the milk?
About that.
I'm beginning to think I probably should have just done these jobs myself.
Yes.
Is there any? How did it go with the eggs?
Oh, I have eggs!
Oh,
for
a
you.
skeleton!
Yes!
Yeah, you have an armful. Oh, we don't have that many hens.
Yes, well,
Now you do.
Well,
turns out there's a few hidden up there really deep. If you just scream hard enough, they just all pop out.
mother and father will be pleased, and I don't hear barking, so the dogs must be fed.
Yeah, it's all good. And then I'm like,
Emily, you come around the corner, and what's on your body?
I think that on the left leg, yeah, that's right. I think she's taken some sort of rake. Yeah, a rake will probably do.
Yeah. It's got no bend in the middle, but
It hasn't got a bend in the middle. It's a thing, Luke. No.
But it has the appearance of toes.
Yeah, exactly.
Sort of.
Now you can do rake kick.
This little piggy went to mine.
2 hours.
There's no way to speak about that voice, Father.
I'm sorry. On the left arm, she is going to have one of the dog's like chew toys. I think that she has stolen, like an eye for an eye.
Is that like a sort of like a rubber, like a bone?
Yeah, a rubber bone. Yeah.
Like one made of rope, a kind of a hempen. Sort of.
Whatever, as bone shaped as she could possibly find. So she was like, "Oh, excellent. Wait, do these dogs enjoy bone? Nah, don't worry about it." And then as she rocks up, she will take the scythe that was like, not the scythe, the whatever was used to do the grain.
The
and
sickle,
she will,
the little sickle.
That's it. She'll pop it on.
Oh, sickle arm.
Sickle arm.
Cool. I thought you were going to say that's where the scythe had gone.
Okay, right.
Can I? Is it possible? I feel like me and this cow had an understanding, and this cow like, doesn't want me to do what I was doing again. Is there a way that I can teach the cow to milk itself?
Well,
Failing that to love.
Yes.
I believe that all things are possible with the right roll. So roll me for it, and if we're successful, you can tell me how you instructed
that
it, how
10.
it works.
It's just a 5.
It's just a 5.
Would have been good the first time when I tried to milk the cow. But fine, it's fine. It's fine.
Let's well, how would you do it? What's the method? How does the cow milk itself?
I give the cow my right skeleton arm and sort of teach it how to bite on it so that its hand does this.
Perhaps it could be kind of mounted on a wooden post.
Yes, and then the cow
So it's
walks
kind of just
into
there.
it.
Yeah, so the cow just has to walk
bites
up,
the end of the hand and it and it does this.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
So listen, there is a sizable amount of milk just on the ground because I also forgot to put a bucket underneath. But the cow can now milk itself.
That's you.
So, you know.
Invented automated milking machines.
You've invented the dairy industry.
There we
That was
go.
bad of you.
Someone going to need to
I do
subsidise
this, but
Yeah, the boy can't believe his luck. It's going to be such a time saver, and he comes back out of the house with armfuls of clothes, or basically his whole parents' whole wardrobe, all the best church clothes and stuff. They're, you're all kitted out. So if you want to head on your way to town, you are now so disguised and ready to enter the human settlement, I think. If that's how you're feeling.
Can I ask the boy? You haven't happened to see another skeleton before us, did you?
Oh. No, I didn't see another.
This one's.
I didn't see another skeleton, but I did hear. Well, I mean, there's been happenings in town.
Happenings.
It's
What kind of happenings?
it's probably best if you hear it directly. I don't go into town much. Mother and father won't let me. They say I'm too small.
But too small to go into town. Plenty big enough to do all of the farm work.
Yeah.
They like to have a drink and talk with their friends, and I think I cramped their style.
What's your dad look like? Give me a very accurate description of your dad.
He gives it.
Okay.
You have it. You'll know him.
and
if
his
it's-
mother.
Yeah.
I start doing this with my fake
Scythe.
dog arm and scythe.
Trying to crack rope knuckles.
No, but things in town, they ain't been usual last few week. I don't know, perhaps it maybe your skeleton passed through there, and I do hope you find him.
Thank you.
And now I must go reset this shoulder, if that's all right.
Farewell. We probably won't kill your parents. Farewell, little boy.
What was that last
Nothing,
thing?
don't worry about you.
I
Say
am
bye to
not,
Betty
and
for
I've
me.
never been an elf.
Right? Me either.
His name was Griffin, ma'am. Smack.
Do you have parting words for me, Mr. Lionel? So right.
Does the boy lay an egg?
The boy lays a beautiful egg.
See? Foolproof strategy.
Wait, do it on me. Do it on me. I want to see what happens.
I scream at Dr. S.
You lay a little skeletal egg.
Look!
Yeah, it's small and fragile, but oddly warm. And when you shake it, you can hear something in there. Maybe it'll hatch.
Well, that was a bit that really paid off.
I'm looking through your pelvis like, how?
Where's that come from?
We may never know.
I'm not ready to become uncle.
Right, as you
Might yet be the father. We just don't know at this point.
So you make us. You're a strange-looking group as you head to town. There's some kind of odd, kind of limping and some unnatural movements, but you've managed to. You've got so many clothes now that it's mostly covered up with big cloaks. You kind of look like a band of unusual travelers who just rangers moving through town, perhaps something like that. Let's say that as you approach the town, you see a group of 6 or so humans. They are wearing long red robes, and they are having an argument with a man and a woman on a cart that's empty, that's heading back the way you came.
Interesting.
Does it match the description of the boy's
Oh,
father?
yes.
Okay. I would like to pull my head off and bowl it at him.
Yeah, go on then.
Okay.
Yeah, roll me to. First roll me to the hit. He's not expecting it, so just beat a 4.
Okay, cool. I rolled a 5.
Okay, yeah, brilliant. And roll me again, and we'll roll me another roll me a d10 actually, and we'll. There we go.
4.
4. Okay, that is your head bowls right into his right shoulder blade, breaking the arm.
Yeah, please.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Afternoon.
I have several things to bring up with you about the treatment of your son.
I'm busy bringing up a boy. I don't want anything else brung up.
You're not really bringing him up, though.
Well, he's all right, isn't he?
Well, no thanks to you. Who lets a child that young run the entire running of a farm?
I'll have you know. He's very nervous now. He's because the 6 people in the red robes are like, I'm sorry, what was this?
Young boy.
Boy is running your farm.
Yeah, young boy not cut out for heavy industry. And if young boy, get this, if young boy not do tasks to father's satisfaction, young boy have to sleep outside like dog. Actually, no, wait, dogs sleep in barn. Chickens sleep in coop.
The dogs have a lovely kennel.
Cows sleep in weird kink dungeon. But boy, no, boy sleep outside.
The 6
Is this whole conversation happening with the skull that's on the ground?
On the ground.
I'd like to think that I'm still rolling back and forth, like.
I mean, there's no other way it could be. So yes.
Excellent.
But weirdly, the 6 figures in red, although you might expect some screaming and running at this point, they seem sort of oddly to take it in their stride, and they say, one of them who appears to be in charge steps forward and says, another sign, and we take these signs very, very seriously, Damien, for that is the boy's name. Damien, I think these accusations are very serious, and you had better come spend a night in the jail. Better to explain yourself after the festival. And several of the figures in red, the road figures, they just get Damien's arms. One of them's broken, so it's really painful, and just drag him up the road off to town.
Haha, yes! Now boy is fatherless!
Thank you, strangers. You've done us a great service here. How can we repay you?
You can put me back on my body for a start.
Yes, servant of the Grave Lord. Do I have permission to touch your hallowed head?
Yeah.
Did you say Gravelord? Hello, Dr. S. Kelly. Pleasure to meet you. You're not running and screaming like the other fleshies when we showed ourselves. You said Gravelord. I am putting a few things together here. I think I've got this. But why don't you just give me a little rundown of the exact situation? We're actually looking for someone we know.
Has the Grave Lord ever referred to themselves as Benny?
Or Bert, or what is it, Philip? He uses a lot of names.
Yeah.
Yes.
Benny. I've never heard the name Benny,
Okay.
but it is a boring and an ordinary name. One that I don't think Death himself would trifle to use.
The sight is gone.
Ah,
yes.
son of a...
The sight's gone.
He took your whole bit! And now I just look like a dickhead in a club.
Well, listen, you tell this Grave Lord of Death that we are fellow lords of the ill intent. I'm actually Famine.
I hold up my sickle. What?
Yes, that's right.
I'm not an elf.
Not an elf. And
I guess that leaves Pestilence, the worst one. Fine.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but look at your eyes, mate. I mean, if,
rock.
if anyone is Pestilence today, you.
Yes, all right, fine.
Great blessings, further blessings upon our town.
Yeah.
Marvelous.
Yeah. Lead us to die. Come on, here, look. I'll even give you some money.
I'm going to pull off the first knuckle of my index finger and flip it to him and go,
There you go, keep the tip.
A sacred relic.
Yeah. Come on.
We would be honored. Yes, this festival will be a grand affair indeed.
not if I have anything to do with it.
The road figures lead you into the town, and you enter Devil's Rest proper. It is at the centre of the town is this large crossroads, and it's a modest township. We've got inns, we've got a church, we've got other.
I assume, I don't know, I mean, you know, skeletons.
Shall we go in the church? Just for a laugh.
Just to see what happens, see if we explode.
No, you mustn't go in there. That's where our Lord and Saviour Death himself resides.
Oh,
waiting.
perfect! Okay,
No, wait.
Betty!
Wait!
Wow.
Are you going in the church?
Yes, we have fun Betty.
All right, there are other members of this death cult with their red robes, kind of guarding the entrance to the church. But we're trying to get in. We're trying to get in there.
Yeah.
You must wait. Our Lord must not be seen until the festival, until he has had time to prepare.
Prepare what?
Prepare his dark address.
He's got a dark dress.
A dark dress.
Well, actually, we're very good with sewing, and that's why, as his closest confidants, we should be let through.
Yeah.
Look at our fabulous clothes.
Whoa!
Who's leading the persuasion attempt here?
I think it should be you for some reason.
Don't worry,
Okay,
I've
man.
got this for some reason. Yeah, no, it's true. Trying to do bespoke tailoring for Death Lords, very difficult. Can you imagine how hard it is to maintain hourglass figure when you go ribs, tiny steak, hip?
Size 0.
Sounds more or less like you're describing
the shape
of an hourglass.
Well, yeah, but it's hard. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah. So you're saying, all right? Okay, make me a roll at this point. You want to get into the church where their god is waiting.
Simple.
6. You've got a +1, I think, to talking and such.
which gives me 6 exactly.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Brilliant.
Very good.
And you say that you're tailors?
Yeah, why not?
It
Well,
is in-
actually, Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy is
Oh,
a thing.
well, the
So-
spy can't come in.
Well, no,
Did
just
we say spy? We meant
Spy.
Spy.
That's a
Taylor, soldier, spy.
It is very important that our majestic Lord of Death of all
Yeah.
Could this really be Benny? I mean, he's a klutz. How did they
Looks as-
fall for this?
good as he can
Yeah, he's gonna look like.
for the festival.
He's gonna look like. It's been a long time since I've been outside. What currency you use?
Bones, I believe, yes.
Currency. Well, up until 2 weeks ago, we used gold and silver. Now
Okay.
we use drops of blood.
Okay, he's gonna look like a million drops of blood. That's a weird simile.
Oh, that's why you look so malnourished, poor man.
Oh!
You look worse than I do, and that's saying something.
It is the advice of our Dark Lord that we must eat blood.
Eat blood.
That is classic Benny.
Benny during...
I haven't felt well for many days, but I
Oh,
assume
you
the
poor
Dark
thing.
Lord has an evil design in mind.
I think the aim is for you not to feel well. Honestly, you're serving a Dark Lord. You're not going to feel good, are you?
Yeah.
I knew we were right to let you in. It was a good idea of mine, yes. Please go in, but be warned. Our Dark Lord is undergoing preparations from the festival. He says he must be left in
Yes.
solitude.
Benny,
Go
close
drink
it.
some blood or something.
You kick open the doors of the church and shut them behind you. At the far end, up by the altar, you see what can only be described as a hot tub, in which is soaking resplendent skeleton that you all identify as Benny. Nearby, hung up, is a big dark cloak and a quite muddy-looking scythe. And Benny is lying there in solitude, going,
It's no time for making bone broth. This is ridiculous.
Is that guy still with us, or did he stay outside?
"Stayed outside,
Okay, fine.
unless you want him in."
No, I was just going to say, before we go in, can I give him one of my daggers? And just say,
You need iron. Leave this for a bit.
Yeah, that's
Come back.
okay. Yeah, you're -1 dagger, but
Okay.
yeah,
Be
yeah.
careful.
Oh,
This
no.
side very sharp.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Cool. All right. And he's got iron. He's doing a little better. All right.
Can I find an echoey part of the church?
It's all echo.
Okay, cool. Let's go. Benny, this is God. What are you doing in my house?
What are you doing in my swamp?
Canon now.
+2 to your next roll. Yeah.
God? Yeah, but God's got a bunch to pick with you.
Benny's gonna sit up and look. You're. Yeah.
Yes, it's us. We were worried about you, you fool.
You guys
Yes.
can't be here. Why not?
Yes.
I had to do so much farming with human boys. Just not as good as piece of wood. Cramping my style. You have
What
famine.
style?
Harsh curse skeleton number 18. Welcomed in like deity here in Devil's Rest.
And you didn't think to yourself, well, why don't I get my friends in on this?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Take all the glory for myself.
Only one can be death.
Only one.
Well-
It is written.
That's fine because we've incorporated us into this little story as I am famine.
What?
Pestilence.
Not an elf. Spine.
Fine. And
Well-
all the fleshies bought it. So.
At this point, Benny stands up in the hot tub.
Oh, Benny! Wait.
Oh,
wait, that's
nothing you
fine.
haven't seen in the dungeon before.
We don't talk about that, Benny. We made a pact.
The dungeon just got weird. You can see that Benny's bones have been polished to a brilliant sheen.
Yeah, that's what I'm reacting to.
Yeah.
So bear!
Yeah, well, they treat me nice here. Think I'm... realize I am actual death, god of all destruction. What now? Skeleton, I didn't have question. Why you replace money with blood? What you want with I don't know. These people want decrees and advice and other things. I'm pulling out my ass. But pay for a thing with blood, not good idea.
I don't know, Skeleton. You have better idea.
Yeah.
You want be death? Well, no, you can't be. Be death. I'm death.
Okay. Well, no, I'm being spied. I'm just saying, you can't have human servant if human servant exsanguinate, because have you seen house prices lately?
Oh, humans die if only eat blood.
Humans die. Well, yeah.
No problem.
Yeah,
No
humans
problem.
cannot digest blood. Humans die if not have any more blood. Elf, fine.
No
Don't
problem.
ask me how I know.
Benny gets out. Benny kind of swings out of the hot tub, puts on the cloak, and picks up
thank
the side
goodness.
and says,
Right away.
Servants enter.
one of the
What was
men
that?
peeks his head round.
Death have new command. Humans now eat.
Looks to you all questioningly.
Finger sandwiches.
Grain specifically from that one farm with the
Eggs.
boy.
Easy to get hold of.
Food, grain, eggs.
Milk.
From the boy.
How much a
Bobby
day?
and-
100?
Dogs as well, I guess?
Not the dogs, no.
Oh, okay, right.
The
not
dogs
the
and I have a special bond.
I'm hearing 100.
No,
Humans eat 100 eggs. See?
And the door shuts.
That's fine. We don't know quantities. I'm sure that's
See?
fine.
It's easy. It's
Is
your
it like
bed.
one human eats 100 eggs, or all the humans get 100 eggs? And
Ah.
that's it.
Don't make me do more decree.
I'm sorry,
This is
I'm-
why I must relax. I'm so tired.
I'm so tired.
Well, here's a plan. How about, I don't know about you, but I'm kind of rather enjoying this whole running around with the fleshies thing. Why don't we sort of act as a small council to death? You know, we can prop up your little ruse, and then we can get all the things that we want, and then when we get bored, we can go back to the tomb and we can do tomby stuff again.
Join me for a festival.
Okay,
Yes.
but can we actually vet decrees before make decrees? Because you just told humans eat 100 eggs. You effectively just outlaw pooping, which is very important for human.
Oh, I will re-in-law pooping. One of my first decrees. They don't seem to like it. I thought, no more
No,
of
after
that.
eat 100 egg, no.
Okay. I thought
Very difficult.
All right. First thing I banned. No one here pooped in 2 weeks.
Well, this
I
is
thought
the
they
point.
looked a bit unwell. I did.
Benny's just a figurehead. The council will run everything. Don't
Yeah.
worry. Yes.
Yeah. Benny is figurehead.
Yes. But it also means you have to do everything we say, Benny, and if you don't, we'll ruin the whole thing for you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. We'll go up the road. We'll turn that little boy into a skeleton, and he'll become.
No.
Yeah.
Everyone be cool.
Wait, of course that'd be cool. I not have blood
Yeah,
system.
we do not generate heat in any way, shape, or form.
Look, festival starts in 1 hour. I suggest cool and relax in hot tub with Benny. You feel all better. Festival, worshipful for worship all of us. We can rule human settlement as death and death's associates.
We should probably take off flesh limbs before we get in there, because it's just going to melt off.
Benny was wondering what smelled so bad.
Yeah, it's just our fresh flesh limbs.
That's all right. We also add carrot and onion and celery and bay leaf.
Yeah.
And then we have something to feed disciples to say, well done for being so good to skeletons.
Hey, you're good at this.
Yeah, I know.
But Benny is dead.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
We all just chilling in the hot tub for a while. Okay, after a little while,
Ah.
5 skeletons chilling in a hot tub.
in the middle of a church, sacrilegious. After a little while, the door kind of creaks open. If our infernal master and his associates are ready for us, we are ready to begin the festival.
Yeah, soup's up.
You head outside to the crossroad. A crossroads transformed. There are runes spread in goat's blood, kind of all around the middle of this crossroads. There are candles at intervals and at every junction. Everyone in the town is wearing these red robes. They all appear quite sallow, probably something to do with the fact that they haven't eaten properly or pooped in several weeks. Yes, and as you step out, the trumpeters take up. It's a kind of like a low drone, a kind of very sinister kind of sound. Benny.
Vibrating my bones.
Kind of bumming me out, I'll be honest. I thought, festivals were supposed to be fun.
I get it. I miss having embouchure as well.
Benny's absolutely loving this and sort of steps forward and goes,
Yes, it's me, Dad. I see your tributes and am greatly pleased.
he can't wink at you all, but he looks over his shoulder and is like,
Do you remember when he used to do this voice on movie night? He was so irritating. She kept on trying to make it stick.
We laughed for like a little bit and then just petered out, but he didn't get the hint.
a chief priest steps forward and says, Great Lord Death, how pleased we are to see you and your associates gathered here. These last 2 weeks have been truly a blessing. Ancient prophecy foretold the Devil's Rest was situated on an ancient evil. Long have the verses of worship for that ancient evil been locked away, forbidden to be read. But now, with the evil itself among us, I can see no harm in reading the incantation.
The council maybe should
Nor sanguine.
I gotta throw a dagger.
I grab something and throw it. Whatever's closest to me.
Okay, what are you throwing?
I would like to get my rogue on real good. I'm going to sneak around the back and throw my dagger so that it hits the front of the book and then sends it flying. Out of his hands.
Yeah, all right, brilliant. Make me a roll for that.
Okay.
Now, what happens when you do something from hiding?
So I've got +1 to sneaking because I used to be a goblin.
Yes.
In my life.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, my dagger does a D8 from hiding.
Okay, we're trying to hit the book, so I guess that, yeah.
And I have +2 to the roll because of my swamp joke.
Okay, all right, let's go.
Does it do extra damage if it hits or whatever?
Yeah, from hiding, yeah.
From hiding.
Is it D10 right? Oh!
Go on.
No, Liv.
It's a 1. It's a 1 on the D10.
You know what? You creep. The creeping actually goes. You know what? Your part of this actually goes great.
That's great.
You creep around. You kind of get your dagger out. You do this, like that. Just get it. Kind of line it up. It hits the book of the head priest and just kind of shoots it out. The head priest goes, "Oh,
perfect."
Lucky I have it memorized. And the ground starts to shake.
I grab Benny and I go, Benny, you do realize that if he summons a greater evil, they might become our boss and we might actually have to do some bloody work again!
I don't want to be a middle
This
manager!
can't happen!
The ground cracks open. The center of the crossroads bursts and a large skeletal claw. It's kind of the length of one of you just goes and then a few meters away and crawling out of the ground is a bone devil. Now, this is a kind of cross between a human skeleton and a feral beast. It's got skeletal wings, which as this thing starts to kind of flex its bony shoulders with an awful cracking sound, starts to just kind of beat and flutter like that, and it has a long, curling scorpion tail. And it is
a bit flashy, but whatever, it's fine.
it is consumed with maximum hate. So I think the first thing it's going to do is it's going to dart out that scorpion tail at who?
Look, the priest! That priest! He looks consumable.
Lionel Spinal. Yeah, that scorpion tail is going to dart out at you. Roll me your d10 to find out which part of you it's going to knock clean away.
Don't roll the head one.
Yeah, I'll try.
Don't roll the head one, would be my advice.
10.
You called it into being.
Is that the head one?
Your head.
The head one, yeah.
Pops off. That's the first time your head's been hit, right?
That's correct.
Okay, your head flies off.
Several people lay eggs.
Another one!
They're everywhere. Oh, what? I start skidding on them.
Everyone's been told they have to eat eggs, so they're gathering them up, presumably.
That's true, yeah.
No.
They've got to eat 100 eggs. Where are they going to find them? So, yeah, they're gathering up. The ones that aren't gathering up eggs are running, screaming. The Bone Devil already has 2 humans, one in each hand, and it's just like
Oh, good.
like that. Would anyone like to act?
Yes. From my understanding of like limbs popping off and then being sort of put back on
Yes.
in this game, my understanding is sort of like skeletons are just sort of like a series of like bone sockets.
Yeah.
Can I graft myself onto this thing and like try and hack it, I guess, from the inside?
Whoa.
Interesting.
Or at least, if not, just be consumed by it and then just technically I'll be on the winning side.
You never have to ask. Of course. Yeah,
You
roll
just
me
have to
for
roll.
it. Roll me for it. You are right. You're a skeleton. It's a big bone devil. I'm just deciding what this is in my head. All right, tell me what you got.
A 4.
Anyone helping?
I have a thing, but it's probably I don't think that would help.
I'm skidding around on a bunch of eggs, so.
I'm kind of up for just seeing if this.
I've got no head, but I'll try and help.
All right, well, I mean, just because you have a head doesn't mean you're still a body.
Okay.
You know? Yeah. And your head is some distance away, but it is like lying facing what's happening, so you can kind of it's like invert controls.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Looking up and
So how are
down
you doing
and
this? How are you attempting to graft yourself, kind of pop yourself into the bone devil?
So I try and pop a smaller bone off the bone devil.
Yes, yeah,
And then you
perfect.
can plug
and then
yourself
I
in.
just like
Okay, make me a roll for that then. You've got to get close. This is going to be pretty challenging because this thing is moving around quite.
And I've got invert look on.
and you've got invert look on. What's that?
That is a 10.
That's a 10. Okay.
Explode?
Roll me.
Yeah,
Roll me it
yeah.
again. Yeah.
And a 9.
Ah,
Again.
okay.
19 again.
So you've got the hand that's holding the hand and your other hand, right? Or
No,
was
no,
that-
no.
That was Dr. S. So, okay.
That's like this, yeah.
Okay. Never mind that. Ignore that.
I'm a fairly conventional skeleton body minus a head.
Somehow,
Mm-hmm.
you wield these two-handed weapons at the
Yes.
same time. You run towards the bone devil and just bring them over your head, just like that, and just pop its entire arm clean out, like that. It screams and falls like that.
I've
and
rendered him armless!
and is briefly
Obvious
motionless.
joke, I know.
Skeleton
Quickly,
number.
skeleton, he needs a hand!
I smash I put my skull into the socket.
Yeah, like that. The bone devil tries to. Okay, we're now going to have a brain war. with-
Okay.
Neither of you have brains, but it's a kind of fight for the.
Battle
Okay.
of wills.
Okay, let's.
Wits?
I'm going to say.
This actually might be able to help with. So my
Okay.
my aim was, as a professor of skeletons, I might know maybe what this thing is.
Yes.
And I was wondering if I could use my knowledge to see if I remember any incantations which might let me like control or kind of mind fog. A light mind fog spell of
Yes.
some description. would
Yes,
be
yes,
cool.
yes. You do know that being a bone devil, this thing was created in a hell pit volcano in somewhere else in the world. The exact location is lost to time, but there are songs from there, ancient songs,
Yes.
and as you start to hum one of these, the sound of home. The sound, yeah, that's it. It's catchy, isn't it?
Your milking technique.
Somewhere, Bertie milks herself. Yeah, the sound of home rings in the ears of this. Well, in the mind of this bone devil, and it's kind of for a minute it's transported back to its youth. So let's add 3 to that, and I'm going to roll this d10. You're going to roll yours, and we'll see who wins the.
Yes!
That's 14.
Oh, 6.
Yes!
Yeah. You assume direct control. The bone devil goes and resets to position 0.
So am I now
It's
the bone?
team- yeah.
Am I now the bone devil?
You are now in control of the bone devil's
Yeah.
Not an elf anymore!
You look down at Benny, who seems very, very small, holding his little sign. Oh, come on! Let me!
I would like to make my first official decree.
Oh, here we go.
All villagers must immediately prepare themselves 2 bits of toast. Or 1 really thick bit if you've got, like, I don't know, a nice granary or sourdough or something.
Yeah, and also, Benny, death blesses this.
No one to seize Benny.
Has anybody ever had marrow on toast?
Okay, yeah.
Just open him up.
Yeah, Benny's all smashed up.
Always fun.
I'll be handing out my fingers for people to use as knives to scrape the bone.
Okay.
the marrow out.
Delicious.
I gather
All
Benny
right.
up and put him into a bag. Just like, oh, excuse me, don't mind me. I'm serving the big bone devil
I
over
mean,
here.
the Death Cult cannot believe how they've lucked out here. This is like an enormous win for them. They thought they had the actual death. Now they've got something way bigger and way cooler. So they are rejoicing, infernal chanting, and at your orders, a feast of pieces of toast are brought out on long tables. And this, I think, is where we will leave our skeleton adventurers, having seized control of a death cult.
Music play! Please stop!
Hoping
Great
it's legal
job.
again.
All right. Thank you so much, folks. That was really, really fun. That was not what I had written down at all.
No.
But yeah, that was wow, absolutely terrific stuff. What a fun game. Really, really cool. Absolutely recommend you check it out yourself. It is called Adventure Skeletons, and you can find it online. It is a 1-sheet PDF, so definitely check it out. It's by Grant Howitt and Chris Taylor. So go and check it out. It's cool. Thanks for watching this.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, players. Thank you, Liv. Thank you,
Very-
Jasper.
very,
Thank you,
very
Johnny. Thank you, Mike. You all did terrific. Good
And
stuff.
thank you for running the
Yeah,
game.
it
It
was
was
so
amazing.
good.
Shush, thank you very much. Subscribe to Oxventure if you haven't already.
Do it.
Curse Skeleton number 18 is holding a bone in a menacing way.
Yeah, youtube.com/Johnny Chiodini. Okay, channel.
Emily?
You could go ahead and head on over to youtube.com/Dicebreaker, youtube.com/3 Black Halflings, and I'll hand over to Jasper.
And find me at JW_Cartwright and 3 Black Halflings for all the good stuffs.
And I'm here all the time.
He's there all the time. He doesn't get an outro. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye!
Bye!
Everyone
laid a nice egg.
watching lays an egg.